Alcohol tastings on Disney Cruise Line. Hey everybody, this is Ann with your Disneys. Welcome back. Today we're talking tasting, so let's dive in. I'm going to go through these alphabetically. All of these tastings will vary from ship to ship, and depending on how long your cruise is, there's typically more tastings available on the longer cruises. They're an extra cost. The last time we went, it was between $27 and $37 per person, per class. The beer and mixology classes are more your $27 side, and the champagne and chocolate and liquor are going to be at the higher end of the $37. These used to have to be booked while you were on the ship. Now you can book these when you do your online scheduling process. If you're new to Disney Cruise Line, you're going to book these dates at 75 days before you sail. They're 1-hour classes where you can go in and experience a little tasting. It's usually 4 or 5 beverages depending on which class it is, and they just talk to you about the history of whatever it is you're having. With mixology, they kind of teach you about mixtures and get some more information. It really is fun to learn. So the first tasting is the Amari, herbal spirits that can be used as digestifs. My fiance actually discovered Fernie Branca on the Fantasy, and that is his favorite. He has it almost every night now. Second, we're going to go to beer. Beer has all of the ales, lagers, stouts. They go into the background of that, and if you love beer, you're going to love that tasting. I haven't actually been in it, but my son did really enjoy it. They also have a bourbon tasting. They go into the process of how it is made and how it's named differently from preparation styles or by region. They have a champagne class where you're going to get like the best from Europe in champagne, and they also show you about champagne cocktails. That's where we discovered elderflower liqueur. It's definitely sweet, and you add just a little bit of it to a champagne with some soda water, and it's a beautiful cocktail. Chocolate and liquor is my absolute favorite class every time. They serve the same thing every time that I've had it, and it's chocolate with liquor. I discovered my very favorite port in chocolate and liquor, and it's one of my little treats when I'm back home and just want to sail away, so to speak. They have a cognac tasting. I've actually really been looking at this one for a while, but I haven't done it yet. I've heard it referred to being the water of life, which just is kind of interesting to me. They have a martini class. I love the martini class. The fave for me is the chocolate martini or the espresso martini. They're going to give you again 4 or 5, kind of depending on what they're representing that day, and it's just a lot of fun. The mixology class is probably the most fun. They typically have 4 to 5 drinks. Varies on ship to ship whether or not the participants can go up and make the cocktails or whether the cast members make the cocktails. And I don't know how that's going to change once we get back to cruising again, but it's still fun either way. Mojito and Caipirinha tastings, I really enjoyed that as well. My fiance is from Brazil and really enjoys caipirinhas, and the mojitos had a few different twists that I hadn't thought of before, and it was just a lot of fun. They have a rum class, which is just shows you many ways to appreciate rum, how to mix it in a cocktail, what's different between some of them. The next one is stem to stern wine tasting. We love wine, and we thought, let's do a wine tasting. What I didn't think of is that this particular wine tasting was at noon, and sometimes we need Tums to help process our food or alcohol. It's a thing as you get older. So we had our wine tasting at noon, and we had mixology either at 2 or 3, I believe. By 5 o'clock, we were hurting, and not because we were too drunk, although we were definitely a little tipsy. It was about the Tums. So if you're over 30, you might want to bring Tums to enjoy some tastings and rich food on the cruise line. Side tip. Tequila and margarita is another tasting that they have. They go into the culture and region and tradition of how they're made. And then they also have whiskey, and that's kind of about the art and science of how they make it, what to taste it with. So that's it. That's the tasting talk of the day. If you're really trying to find a deal on Disney Cruise Line for alcohol, the tastings are a good deal. They're a lot of fun, and you definitely will leave a little tipsy if you drink all of it. Just be aware of your limits and know how to have fun. Don't make yourself hurting on your cruise. Nobody wants to do that. All right, everybody, that's all I got. I hope you enjoy your tastings at home and on the ship, and we'll see you real soon.